So you want to invest in Bitcoin, but you don't know if now is a good time? Well, you're not the only one. A lot of newcomers to Bitcoin are dealing with this exact thing, especially now when we're at the beginning stages of a new Bitcoin bull market. But I have a solution that I want to share with you in this video that can help you decide if now is a good time for you to start investing in Bitcoin. Hey guys, welcome to the Bitcoin Experience. In this video, I want to share with you my Bitcoin investing strategy that I've been using for a few months now. It's a very simple to understand and easy to execute strategy that you can implement in your Bitcoin investing journey. So if you want to stop stressing about if now is a good time to buy Bitcoin or if you should wait for a bigger dip or any other such nonsense, just stick with me until the end of this video because I'll explain to you what my strategy is, how it works, and how you can implement it based on your own circumstances if you decide to use my Bitcoin investing strategy. And with that said, let's get into the video. So first of all, why do you need a Bitcoin strategy? Can you not just go and buy some Bitcoin and be done with it? Well, in my opinion, it's good to have a Bitcoin investing strategy because it gives you clarity on how exactly you want to approach investing into Bitcoin. If you don't have a strategy, especially with something like Bitcoin, when the price drops or goes up really fast, you're going to get a bit lost, a bit confused, and you won't know what exactly you should do at that point because you'll be like, wow, the price went up so quickly, or wow, the price dropped so quickly. What am I supposed to do now? Having a strategy is something that will keep you focused on exactly what you need to do. Because if you have set parameters from the beginning, set steps that you need to follow, whatever the fiat price of Bitcoin does, it can go up, down, sideways, it doesn't matter. Your strategy will be there to guide you and keep you on your path. So that's the importance of having a strategy to begin with. Now, before I explain to you my Bitcoin strategy, you need to understand that it's basically a modified DCA investing strategy. Now, for those of you who don't know what DCA is, it basically means dollar cost averaging, and it's the practice of investing a certain amount consistently over time. Now, DCA strategies have two main components, which are the amount of money you want to invest and the frequency at which you want to invest that amount of money. So an example of a DCA strategy is, let's say, $100 per month. So what that means is that every month, for example, when you get your paycheck, you transfer $100 into the exchange and you invest $100 into Bitcoin, and that's it. Every month, you do that consistently over time. So that is a monthly DCA of $100. But you could also have a daily DCA of, call it, $10. So then every single day, you invest $10 into Bitcoin. That would basically be a daily $10 DCA strategy. Exactly like I mentioned, it has two components, the amount and the frequency. Now, why is it beneficial to have a DCA strategy over something very complicated? Well, the reality is most people just want to go out there, earn their money, either through their jobs, their careers, their crafts, their business, whatever it is. And then in their free time, they just want to enjoy family time or engage in their hobbies or practice a sport or do whatever else than look at charts and decide if now is a good time to invest in something. So a DCA strategy is perfect for somebody who just wants to invest passively. They know why they're investing, they understand what they're investing in. That's a very important thing, and they just want to do it on autopilot. So all they want to do is earn their money and then invest it so that they can hold and hopefully grow their purchasing power over time without thinking too much about it. Because unfortunately, in the fiat monetary system, you need to earn your money twice. Once when you provide value to society, and then the second time when you take that money that you've earned by providing value to society and you invest it into something that will hopefully keep your purchasing power or grow it over time. That's the fiat monetary system for you. But anyway, I digress. Now, a great feature of a Bitcoin DCA strategy is the fact that you can automate it away. So most exchanges nowadays allow you to set up what are called recurring buys, where you deposit money onto the exchange and you select the frequency at which you want the exchange to buy Bitcoin for you and in which amounts. So there are many exchanges where you can buy as little as $1 and you can choose the frequency. Usually they have monthly, bi-weekly, which is every 2 weeks, weekly, daily, and there are some exchanges which even allow you to stack sats, aka buy Bitcoin, hourly. So if you just want to have a simple DCA strategy where, for example, you want to buy $5 worth of Bitcoin every day, you can just go onto the exchange, maybe once a month when you get paid, you deposit the amount of money that you need for that month, you set up your DCA of $5 per day in this example, and then That's it. You only have to return back to exchange once a month when you have to deposit more funds. And this is the perfect time to mention that you should withdraw your Bitcoin off of the exchange as often as possible. If you have $20 on the exchange, it's not that much. But if you have a meaningful amount of money in Bitcoin on the exchange, I would highly recommend that you always withdraw that Bitcoin to your own cold storage, because Bitcoin on an exchange is not your Bitcoin. It's just a Bitcoin IOU. Unless you control the keys to the Bitcoin, it is not yours. So make sure that you do this at least every month when you go to deposit more money on the exchange, or when you have a significant amount of money in Bitcoin on an exchange, do it then, whatever that amount is significant to you. Okay, so earlier I mentioned that my Bitcoin investing strategy is just a modified DCA strategy. But what does that mean and how does that work? So to do that, I'm going to have to share my screen with you just to show you a spreadsheet that allows me to execute my strategy, and you'll understand why I need a spreadsheet for this. So the way I look at the price of Bitcoin is in price levels of $2,500. So we have from 0 to 2,500, 2,500 to 5,000, 5,000 to 7,500, and so on and so forth. And it goes all the way up to the latest all-time high. So the latest all-time high we had in Bitcoin is between 72,500 and 75,000 US dollars. I think it was around $74,000, but it basically fits in this price level. So this is the first part of my Bitcoin investing strategy, okay? I have the Bitcoin price divided into multiple price levels. Then the second element of my strategy is deciding how much I want to invest and then split that daily, because my preferred investing frequency is daily, but I still have an amount I want to invest every single month. And then what I do is I take that amount and I divide it by daily. Also, I have a minimum amount of money that I want to invest in Bitcoin. And this is personal to me because it's based on my income, and I want to make sure that I invest at least 10% of my income into Bitcoin. But that's just my personal choice. And let's say that that amount is $30 per month. What that means is that I need to divide the $30 a month by the average number of days in a month, which is just over 30. But let's keep it at 30 because it makes the numbers much easier to work with. And then the next element of the strategy is I want to invest the minimum amount per day based on the latest all-time high. So I buy Bitcoin daily. And what I do before I buy the Bitcoin is I check what price it is at. And for example, if today when I go to buy Bitcoin, the price is between $72,500 and $75,000, I buy the minimum amount, which in this situation would be $1. Because $30 a month divided by 30 days means that I need to buy at least $1 per day based on the latest all-time high. And if the price is within this price range, then I need to buy $1 worth of Bitcoin. However, this is what makes my Bitcoin DCA strategy very different than the other ones, because as the price drops every $2,500, I add 50 cents to my daily DCA. So if when I come to buy Bitcoin and the price is in this level, I would buy $1.50. And then again, a few weeks later, maybe a few months later, when I come back to buy Bitcoin on the day and the price is between 65K and 67.5K, I'll buy $2.50. And this goes on until it looks something like this. Okay, so it goes from 250 to 3 to 350 to 4 to 450 to 5 to 550 and so on and so forth. So basically what this means is every $2,500 that Bitcoin drops, I buy 50 cents more, but I do have a minimum amount that I want to buy. So as long as the price of Bitcoin is right now between $72,500 and $75,000, I will buy $1 a day. Now what happens if we make a new all-time high? Well, in that situation, I'll basically update my spreadsheet to account for the latest all-time high being broken, and then my daily DCA will have to sort of reset. Okay, so let me just delete these just to show you what I mean. Okay, so we got rid of that, and we'll get Excel to do this for us. Now let's say that in a few weeks, Bitcoin goes up and makes a new all-time high, and it's now $83,000 on the day that I need to buy. In that situation, like I mentioned, I would have to reset the prices, and it would look something like this. There we go. So my minimum daily amount that I want to buy is always based on the latest all-time high of Bitcoin. And as long as the price of Bitcoin is within the latest all-time high price range, then I'll buy my minimum per day. But then as it drops from there, I start buying 50 cents more again. So the higher the Bitcoin price goes, I'll keep resetting my daily DCA. But the more the price drops, I increase by 50 cents every $2,500. And what this allows me to do is to not just buy more Bitcoin because the fiat price dropped, but it allows me to buy more dollars worth of Bitcoin because I allocate more the more the price drops. And the reason I implement this in my Bitcoin strategy, because I used to have a normal daily DCA that I would just have an automatic buy, and I would have an amount of money that I want to invest every month, split it into daily amounts, and then put that onto the exchange and tell the exchange, for example, I want to buy $5 every day. I want to forget about it. So I used to do that. And if you've been into Bitcoin for a while, you know that the price is very volatile. It can go up 20% a day, drop 40% a day. It's all over the place. So many times when the price would drop, like say 10, 15%, and I would have a spare $100, for example, I would go and I would buy more Bitcoin because I'm like, I want to buy the dip. But then the price would drop another 10, 15, 20%. And then I'd be out of money. I wouldn't have any extra money to stack the next dip. And then I would get frustrated because I was like, I've already invested whatever other money I had. Now I can't buy Bitcoin at even cheaper prices. So I never knew if I should invest all the extra free money that I had, or if I should invest only 50% of it, 75% of it, whatever. And that would cause me like a bit of stress because I was like, I don't know if now is a good time to buy more, or maybe the price is going to drop even further. I was very indecisive because of that. So by implementing this strategy and adapting it like this based on the fiat price of Bitcoin, it allows me to just automatically decide exactly how much Bitcoin I need to buy on the day. So if there's a massive drop, let's say for example from 85,000 to 52,000, I just know I need to buy $7.50 on that day. That's it. No overthinking. I know exactly what I need to do. I have clarity because the spreadsheet tells me exactly how much I need to buy based on my strategy and the parameters that I've set for myself. In this example, I want to buy minimum $1 a day as long as the price is in the all-time high price range, or if I need to buy less based on the other Bitcoin price levels. Now, what I want to share with you is just an example of a simple Bitcoin DCA strategy that I mentioned earlier to you, just so you have an idea of how a DCA strategy can perform for you. If you want to just keep it simple, you don't want to complicate it a bit further, but still get a good idea of how well a Bitcoin DCA strategy can perform for you over time. And when it comes to investing in Bitcoin, whenever somebody asks me if they should invest into Bitcoin, I always ask them, are you ready to hold for at least 4 years? And if their answer is no, then I tell them, then don't bother buying any. Because if you're not going to hold for 4 years, there's absolutely no point for you to invest into Bitcoin because the price is so volatile. You might buy at this price and then the price can drop over the next couple of years. You'll get pissed off that you lost 50% of your money, you'll sell at a loss, and then you'll call Bitcoin a scam. But I encourage you to try and find any 4-year holding period for Bitcoin where at the end of the holding period, your purchasing power is less than what you had when you began. So let me just show you an example of a Bitcoin DCA strategy. So we have the cryptocurrency as Bitcoin, and we'll put a $1 per day, right? We'll do daily. We need to go to 2020. So right now is June 2020. Let's put June 2024. Oh, we can't select June, probably because it's just beginning of the month. Okay, so we'll do May to May. That's fine, not a problem. We can do May 2020 to May 2024. So as you can see, if you started investing $1 per day into Bitcoin in May of 2020 up until May 2024, you will have invested $1,462, and the total value of the Bitcoin that you had purchased would be almost $4,000, which is a growth rate of 170.4%. So this just goes to show how powerful and simple it is to use a Bitcoin DCA strategy. This is something that you can do on most Bitcoin exchanges where you can set up a reoccurring daily buy of minimum $1 per day. And then you can just set it and forget it. Come after 4 years and see how much the Bitcoin you've invested in is worth and how much your purchasing power has grown. And after 4 years, if you want to sell the Bitcoin, you do you. I'm not planning to ever sell my Bitcoin unless I really need to, which I hope won't be the case because Bitcoin backed loans are already available and they'll only get much better as time goes on. Now, this is the performance of a simple Bitcoin DCA strategy where you buy the exact same amount every single day. So you don't change how many dollars you invest per day based on if the price is lower or higher. No, you have just one amount that you want to invest and you invest that daily consistently over time. Now, if this strategy can perform this well and give you over 170% over 4 years, just imagine how the strategy that I shared with you can perform, because the more the price of Bitcoin drops, the higher amount of dollars you invest into it. Now, I think that my Bitcoin investing strategy is really good in a bull market because as the price goes up and makes higher highs and higher lows, you will update the amount of money that you're investing, but also you will capitalize on the dips. Whereas in a bear market, you might end up having to invest a lot more money than you actually have disposable income to do so. So I think this strategy is something that can be implemented during bull markets. And then once the bull market is over, you can switch up and turn maybe to a normal daily DCA or whatever else you would like to do. But I think I'm going to stick to this one even throughout the bear market as the price of Bitcoin drops further and further, because I'll be able to buy even more Bitcoin at the lower prices. The only downside of this strategy is the fact that it cannot be automated, because you need to check the price and know how much you need to buy based on what the price is. Whereas with a regular DCA, you can set the amount you want to buy, the frequency you want to buy it at, and that's it. You tell the exchange and they can automate that for you. But with my strategy, it cannot be automated, so it needs to be done manually. Honestly, I'm not bothered every evening at 9 o'clock going onto the exchange, checking what the price of Bitcoin is, checking the spreadsheet, and knowing exactly how much I need to buy. That for me is like a daily ritual, so it doesn't really affect me that much. Maybe I'll forget about it for like half an hour if I'm busy, if I'm engaged in something else. But every single evening at 9 o'clock, typically I'll go on the exchange, I'll check the price, check my spreadsheet, know exactly how much I need to buy, smash buy, and be done with it. Okay, so that is it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, hope you got value from it. If you did, please make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below. Thank you for sticking with me until the end. I really appreciate you giving me the time to walk you through my strategy and explain how exactly it works, and hopefully it makes sense to you so that you can implement it for yourself if you wish to. And until next time, guys, keep stacking, keep hodling, and remember that Bitcoin is hope.